So here's the tea. What's up guys, my name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different from the others. This has been something that has been on my mind for a little bit. I watched 13 Reasons Why a couple weeks ago and I thought of this video idea where I kind of give my advice on like high school experience based on what I had to go through with high school. Oh my gosh, that sounds really bad. My high school experience wasn't horrible. It was actually quite good, but things did happen that I thought that I would share, just in case there's anybody out there who is nervous to go into year 7 or is doing the HSC this year, which I think happens in a couple of months. I can't really remember when it happens, but I thought that I would make this video so hopefully someone who is nervous about something can watch it and hopefully it will make them feel a bit better. But before we do anything, I really need to pee, so I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, so let's start from the top. Year 7. I was very nervous going into year 7 and I think I can say that was the same for a lot of people because it is a big step going from primary school to year 7 because it's a whole new environment, it's a whole different, what's the saying? Kettle of fish. Hello. What are you doing? Oh my god. He just shook and his tail went whew. Year 7 is very different to primary school. It's a whole new school, it's a whole new environment, it's a whole new structure of classes, it's completely different. And I think I could say that most people are nervous going into high school. I was especially nervous because my friends from primary school were going to a different school, so I kind of went into high school all by myself. Like there were people from my primary school that I knew but I wasn't friends with, and like I didn't really connect with them, so I didn't hang out with them much. But it took me probably the whole of year 7 to find the friend group that I stayed with throughout high school. I went through 3 different groups of people who I thought were my friends, but then it turns out that they weren't. And then I finally met my friend group, which I will never ever forget. So yeah, going into high school it can be difficult. Some people manage to find it quite easy, very quick to make friends. Some people are going in with friends that they already know, which is great. But yeah, for some people it can be a bit tricky. And because you don't know who these new people are, there's all of these new faces, all of these different kinds of people that are suddenly in your life. It's very interesting. But in saying that, I'm about to say something that I'm a little embarrassed about, but before I say anything, do not judge me. I was young and I was naive and I was silly to think this. Now that I think back about it, it's kind of like a facepalm moment. Kind of? No, it is a facepalm moment. It definitely is. So going into high school, I thought it would be like what you would see in the movies. Oh my god. I thought there would be the popular group, the jocks, the pretty girls who do their makeup, the goths, the brainiacs, you know. I thought there would be all these different groups and I was like, oh, I want to be in the popular group. Which obviously did not happen because high school is not like that. And I probably sound like an idiot saying this, but I was 12. I was 12. Okay? People don't know what 12 is now. They're all dressing up like they're fucking 21. I think that's it for year 7. Okay. So year 12. Year 12 is another very interesting year. There's the HSC, you're finishing high school, it's very stressful, you're doing your major works, you know, it's a lot. Year 12 is a lot. But don't stress out about it. In my case, it was not that big of a deal. I'm not academically smart. I don't know if that's the right word, but like I didn't do that well in school because the way I learn, I don't learn by writing down notes. I learn by doing practical things. I'm a practical learner. So if you were to tell me how to do something, I wouldn't be able to deliver that as well as if it was shown to me, because then I'd have a visual of what I had to do and then I'd be able to perform it really well. For me, studying for the HSC was really difficult, really difficult, because we were just writing down notes like studying and I tried so many different ways. I'm not saying don't study. I'm not saying that at all, because I know for some people, like if you want to be a teacher or a psychologist or a doctor or anything that requires an ATAR, obviously try your hardest to study because that's your dream, but just keep in mind that it's not that big of a deal. I know that some teachers can put a lot of stress on you. They definitely did at my school. Not all of them, but some of them did say things like, this is the most important decision of your life. This is the biggest change that you're going to make. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know this, you have to know that. I found it very overwhelming. I did have a bit of a mental breakdown in year 12. And what I'm trying to say is, like, don't overwork yourself. Keep in mind that if you don't get the ATAR that you want, or if you don't get the mark that you want for your major, it's not the end of the world, because there's always other ways into things. Like with me, for example, I wanted to get into film, but what I did was really stupid. I only applied for one college because I was like, no, I want to get into that one, and I was so confident in myself that I would get in, but I didn't, and that was okay. I mean, like, I was a little upset about it, but I realized that it's not the end of the world. I had that in the back of my mind, and that helped me deal with things very, very well. So I said, okay, well, how about I just work for a bit, get some cash, because my bank account was zero. So I was like, why don't I just work, just figure things out? And I did. I worked, I had an awesome job for 3 years. I really enjoyed it, and that job enabled me to travel. I've been to Europe twice in 2 years, and they are 2 big accomplishments that I am really proud of myself for doing. So if you don't get the ATAR you want, it's not the end of the world. But obviously I'm not saying don't study. Obviously try your hardest to study, but don't overwork yourself. Please. I'm really pouring my heart out. Oh my god. This video is actually kind of sad. It's very, very deep and meaningful. I know you want to cuddle, but I'm filming. He's like a bitch. Okay, don't let little things stress you out. If you're going into year 7, don't stress if you don't find your friend group straight away. You know, find people who are going to encourage you to be yourself and encourage you to be confident in yourself, because that is the most important thing. If you're going into year 12 and you're doing the HSC, don't stress about it. It's really not that big of a deal. I left my last HSC exam and I walked out and I was like, that was it? Like, that is all that I stressed about? So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this life lesson with me. If this did help you, or if you think it could help someone that you know, please feel free to share it, because that's the purpose of this video. I'm trying to let people know that it's okay to be nervous and it's okay to be worried, and that everything is going to be okay. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe as well. If you're new to this channel, join the family. That's it for today. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.